Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, on this 31st of October. Ladies and gentlemen, are you still on the blue pill? Are you still giving in to the system which has completely worked humanity ever since we fell from God's grace, our Creator's grace? Are you still believing that your vote counts? Do you still believe in Easter? I mean, not Easter. In Halloween? Do you know where Halloween came from, ladies and gentlemen? Pushed by the first beast, the Roman Catholic Church. Ladies and gentlemen, it came from witching, from witches, from the Druids. Okay? They adopted this, and this thing started many hundreds upon hundreds of years ago. Please take a look at the links that I was sending you regarding this. Ladies and gentlemen, most people coming to this platform, to this YouTube platform, and just tell you, share information with you. But they don't explain to you, they don't give the biblical context, the spiritual context of what is going on here. Because as it is clear written on Ephesians chapter 6, verse 12, it says that our fight is not against flesh and blood, but this is a spiritual battle against the principalities, against the governments of this world. Ladies and gentlemen, please get with the program and wake the hell up. Ever since humanity fell from God's grace, these people got a hold of the knowledge, of the original knowledge that was given to our mother Eve. They thought that, hey, we got the knowledge. Now we can manipulate, condition, and program the people to what? So we can control them. And then the cherry on top was the greatest trick play on the human mind, which is through religions. Ladies and gentlemen, religion is nothing but a satanic psychological operation. Okay? I've been telling you for many years that this system is done. Now we have a situation. Everything is about distractions, ladies and gentlemen. While they distracted with some comet that is up in the sky, when in reality, ladies and gentlemen, nothing can come in or out of the earth, because we live on an enclosed, flat earth that doesn't move. But yet they make you believe that the earth is a ball and that we are moving 66,000 miles per hour around the sun, when the Bible clearly tells you that that's not the case. We are steadfast. We don't move. In fact, even the father of NASA, Mr. Werner von Braun, look what he wrote on his tombstone. Okay? Psalm 19, verse 1. Okay? So, ladies and gentlemen, please. The purpose of this video is to hopefully wake you up. Regardless of what you think of me. It doesn't matter. Okay? It doesn't matter. It does not matter, because whether you believe it or not, I love you all. That's why I bring this message to you. And another thing, ladies and gentlemen, do you think that the government of this world love you and care about you? Well, they're showing you in the United States with the government shutdown. Ladies and gentlemen, I work for the government. And I tell you right now, this thing is just a test. People are going to get they're going to get their SNAP program. Oh yeah, they're going to get their SNAP program. But ladies and gentlemen, you got to understand the purpose behind it. This whole thing was created for the less fortunate in our society. Okay? For the less fortunate, for the poor people. Now, there are 40 million people on food stamps in the United States, more or less. Okay? What do you think? What was the purpose of it? Instead of taking all the money to create jobs in the United States, no, they're not going to do that because they want to keep you needing the government, you being a slave to the government. It was all part of a scheme. Well, there it is. Humanity have become, this is the stupidest and most naive human generation of all time. It is the cruelest, and it's the most sinister, and it is the most hateful, ladies and gentlemen. In fact, and they even make a mockery out of the people. Okay, they have a lot of testing ground throughout the world, and one of their favorite is China. Favorite is that's their favorite place to run testing. I mean, in fact, when 9/11 came down, okay, the crumbs that came down when the Twin Towers came down, rather, okay, do you know where they took the evidence? Because that was a crime scene. You know what they did? They put it in boxes and shipped it to China. Okay, so don't believe this hype that, oh, America and China about to go to war. No, ladies, I've been telling you for years, the governments are in cahoot with the one that completely controls them, which is the devil. Okay? All right, I mean, look what is going on between Ukraine and Russia. Okay, the devil, the God of this world, wants bloodshed. And it doesn't matter where it comes from, human bloodshed. Whether it is of his own people that he has completely worked, which is the descendants of Esau, whom people call the white race. But guess what, ladies and gentlemen? God loves all people. God loves the white race. God loves the Hispanics, the blacks. It don't matter. The question is, do you love God enough to live by his 10 commandments? But that's, to humanity, that's becoming impossible. Okay? Because the purpose of, again, creating a religion was to what? Turn people into atheists. In fact, there's a video that has gone viral about a pastor. This lady, this is so naive people are. This is how programming, conditioning, brainwashed they are. This pastor asked his parishioners at the church to bring 2,000. A lady only brought what, like about 1,200, 1,230 something. He said, well, that's not what I asked for. You see? So the same thing, that's what the leaders of this world love to see. Because they can see how naive and how brainwashed people are. Because that means they are ready for the mark of the beast. In fact, that's what the digital ID is moving forward to. That's the purpose of the creation of the digital ID. That is the first step to the mark of the beast. Okay, because we live in a beast system already. It's just that some things need to take place. You know, like a game of chess, some pieces needs to be moved, and they are moving, and they got to move fast, ladies and gentlemen. As it is written, Revelation chapter 12. In fact, let us go to chapter 12, ladies and gentlemen, right now. Okay? Let us go to chapter 12, Revelation chapter 12, okay? The last book of the Bible, chapter 12, verse 12. Chapter 12, verse 12 says, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he had but a short time. So you understand, the world leaders know that they got to move fast. Okay? And they are making people suffer. They don't care. They really don't care about you. Okay? The system doesn't give a crap about you. Why? Because they know they got you. You understand? See, they work you, they deceive you, they program, they brainwash you, and they make you follow them. Then they get out of the way, and then they let you keep going to self-destruction. It is time for you to wake up, because you are walking down to your own hell. Ladies and gentlemen, please, once again, this knowledge, the evil knowledge that was given to our first parents upon this earth, Adam and Eve, has been used against us and has been in every which way imaginable. You name it, sexually. In fact, the devil himself tells you he didn't create sex, but he surely perverted. And humanity has, that's one thing. So he has done everything religiously. I mean, look at the industry of pornography. Look at the AI industry, which is, I call it mechanized evil spirit, demons. Okay, so when they talk to you about extraterrestrial, do not believe them for a minute. They're with the help of Hollywood, which is another devil's den. They are conditioning the people to accept when the evil spirit, when what they consider their God, that's the name that is written on your dollar bill. In God we trust, they say. Well, that is the God that is going to be revealed. So they are conditioning the people to expect. I mean, a lot of people talking about Project Blue Beam, that they're going to create a false extraterrestrial. Now, ladies and gentlemen, first of all, why don't we tell the people that there's no such thing as extraterrestrial? There's fallen angels, demons that are going to invade this earth. They're already here, but they cannot cross the line until until a certain time. But the demons are programmed to kill, a third part of the human race very, very soon. Why you think the world leaders support everything that goes against God? The homosexuality agenda, the transgender agenda, the abortion, which is actually human sacrifice to Baal, the demons. So, ladies and gentlemen, please take a look what it says on the US dollar bill. In God we trust. And yet they use that dollar to pay for abortion. They use that money to pay for, to send money overseas to Israel. The United States is destined, and it is bound to be destroyed as the second beast that it is. Okay? America is going to go into war very soon with Iran, ladies and gentlemen. And it is not going to be pretty for the United States. The United States will be punished beyond belief for what she has allowed herself to become. And by the way, she was prophesied anyway. She is the second beast. America has created havoc and bad things around the world, in Latin America, and that's why people are coming here, because the leaders over there, which is not in the best interest of the people, okay, are coming to the United States. The same game was played by the Cubans. That's why the United States didn't take Castro out, okay, because they used them. See, that's what the United States have done through a history, and the European nation. They exalt and they bring up a leader, and then they destroy the leader. That's what happened with Muammar Gaddafi. Okay, they thought he was going to come and play their game. The man rebelled, and then they killed him. See, when you make a deal with the devil, it's too late for you to come out of it. You will be destroyed. Okay. That's what it comes down. In fact, all of the world leaders, let me just tell you some of them. Jeff Bezos, the owner of Amazon, Bill Gates, Klaus Schwab, right? He's no longer the president of the, but he was the founder of the World Economic Forum, WEF. The Elon Musk, Donald Trump, the Bushes, the king, the prince in England. All of this, ladies and gentlemen, which is totally based upon a lie, because those people are not even from England. They are from Germany. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, everything is a lie. In fact, the challenge that I challenge people to send me video of a world leader through a human history that have really cared for its people, and then I will give you, I will send you a $500 bill. $500. Maybe I could bring it up, maybe 600. Maybe I could send you 600, but you're not going to find it. Why? Because this whole world, ever since it fell from God's grace, has completely been corrupted. The world leaders are handpicked by the devil himself, because this is his time, this is his reign, but he knows he's got nothing, he's got but a short time. So all hell is going to break loose very, very soon upon this earth. A storm is coming, and not just for the United States. The United States is just in the way of the new world order. And America will be destroyed. In fact, look, let me just tell you, you may say, what I'm about to tell you may completely throw you off guard here. But look what happened in Brazil about, couple of 3 days ago. 160 something people, 69 I believe, were killed by the police in a poor community. Who you think bring the arms and the guns up in there? So the gangs be fighting one another. The police came and killed a whole bunch of them. I believe only 4 cops were killed. The devil loves that kind of shit. Excuse my French. He loves that, because that's exactly what it is. Humanity has allowed itself to be played by the world leaders, and do not realize that they are a slave to sin and to the system, to the sinful system that it lives under. So you have to detach yourself and bring yourself out of this satanic matrix in order for you to what? To appreciate and to bring you to your spiritual potential. Okay? So ladies and gentlemen, once again, before I close here, because I got to reach another Bible verse. First, societies are psychologically worked. And no one has done a better job than the United States with all of its psychological operation through history. You name it. Operation Popeye, where they created REALIGIOUS in the Vietnam War. The Bay of Pigs operation. The 9/11, which was actual a ritual. It was blood, innocent blood offered to their God. So ladies and gentlemen, please. Okay? They think that the crisis ain't coming back, and that they are going to reign with their God, who is Lucifer, the devil. And they even call him by his heavenly name, Lucifer. That's how stupid they are. Little do they know that this Lucifer hates humanity to the core. And they're going to show it. In fact, I'm going to read you 2 verses and then I'm done. So all this technology that you see being used today, ladies and gentlemen, is nothing new. There's nothing new under the sun. It's just being used in a different way. Now, in these last days, let us go to Jeremiah. Jeremiah chapter 10. Jeremiah chapter 10. Verse 2. Thus says the Lord, learn not the ways of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. You understand? So people are talking about this new, what is it called? Atlas 31 or something? Oh, there's a comet coming. Do not believe the hype, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? Because as long as God is with you, your creator, ladies and gentlemen, you don't have nothing to worry about. So, ladies and gentlemen, the United States being worked into self-destruction. In fact, New York, where I grew up, okay, and where my kids were born at, ladies and gentlemen, and I mean, I lived there, for about 50 years of my life. I believe 50 years of my life, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, they're about to elect a Muslim, a communist, a totally confused man. And what do you expect from a city that put vending machine with crack pipes and condoms at the corner, and they celebrated it? You understand? Evil do not sleep. And when you got people like AOC, ladies and gentlemen, being part of the political system, it tells you, it should tell you right there, ladies and gentlemen, and Nancy Pelosi, it should tell you right there, and Biden, the list goes on and on, it should tell you right there what a joke and what a lie the political system is in the United States. And you still think that your vote counts? You still think that your world leader, that your political leaders care about you? Huh? And they got used to, they got you used to use them with SNAP and EBT and all of that, right? But that was part of a long-standing plan. Because next, this is only a test. What's going to happen next, ladies and gentlemen, is the people are going to be upset, and they're going to be there might be some riots in some places. And guess what? Guess what's going to happen? Donald Trump, and I've been telling you for the longest, he's going to declare a national emergency. It may not be now, but it is coming. Remember what I told you, that Donald Trump will be the last president of the United States. Okay? He will be the last president of the United States before the United States completely destroyed. Because you fell for the scam game. Biden created the crisis in America. How can you do that with what happened after 9/11? Because they knew. Forget about being an inside job. That was a ritual carried out by the CIA, ladies and gentlemen, and Mossad, the intelligence agents, the Israel intelligence agency. So, ladies and gentlemen, please. What if I was to tell you that there were not even planes involved in the at the Twin Towers? But that's what they show you on TV. You have been deceived. Okay? Just like you've been deceived with religions. Okay? So it is time to wake the hell up. Okay? And smell not just the coffee, but get together, go back to your creator. Because things are about to get interesting very, very soon. America knows that she's the second beast. That's why all of her presidents have always been Freemasons. Okay? And Freemasons are just another nice word for what? For Satanists. Satanists control America, and they know it. So once again, Biden created the problem. People are reacting. That's how government works. Problem, reaction, solutions. People are fed up with the illegal and all of that, right? And bringing death and all over the place. Okay? Crimes all over the place. Okay? So you may say, well, yeah, so why? Well, because, ladies and gentlemen, even though some of them are going to start going back to the land, I mean, it has been prophesied, because America is no longer a nation, is no longer a country. It is a corporation. People came to get what they wanted, and they did, and soon they would be out of here, because America is about to be destroyed. Whether you want to believe it or not, I'm sorry. Okay? In fact, in many different states in the United States, what are they doing? Not only are they giving rights to and going against God, I mean, plain as a day can be, with transgender and supporting the homosexuality community. Ladies and gentlemen, they're playing God by changing gender engineering, changing people's sex, turning little girls into little boys and little boys into little girls. What do you think awaits for America? And not only that, but then they also legalize marijuana, or as they like to call it, because they always come up with this catchy and nice word, cannabis. Heck, they've been using it for years in California. Okay, but that's where the demons are. They're concentrated at, because once they destroy California, Chicago, and New York, then that's it. Everything else becomes easy. It's a pickings. You understand? So, ladies and gentlemen, please, once again, first, our society is worked, programmed, conditioned, okay, through deceit. People follow. They take the Kool-Aid. They are living under the blue pill influence high, and they live. I mean, you believe in this day, which is dedicated to their God, the devil. Even the White House celebrated. You saw. I mean, are they playing dumb? Pushing little kids to celebrate this evil day, which actually starts what? In September. Doesn't start in October until Christmas time. Now comes the Thanksgiving and Christmas and New Year's, and here we go, right back to square one. The devil has always worked humanity to leave them without an excuse to be destroyed. And they confuse the masses so much because all they care is about money. I mean, I mean, they make you believe that it's about money, but it is an evil agenda. For instance, Bill Gates. Now Bill Gates he said, wait a minute, climate change may not kill the whole human race, even though that's what he was saying. No, because you know why? Because he wants to concentrate on juice to give to the people, just like they did on 2020. Remember? When they locked the whole world down? Remember? Come on, ladies and gentlemen. It is so obvious what is going on here. And my job is to hopefully open your eyes. Okay? Please do not forget the links that I will send you. I was going to read you another verse in the Bible, but now escapes me. Let me see. Escapes me. So anyway, they're about to elect a man called Mandami in New York, okay? Because he's playing what all politicians do. oh, I'm going to take care of you. I'm going to give you free this, free that, when in reality it's not going to be free. Okay? The taxes, in fact, people will be taxed out of New York. New York will be broken. And that's the whole agenda. You need to destroy New York. Eric Adams once said that New York was going to be destroyed by the illegals coming in. Ladies and gentlemen, New York has been on the road to self-destruction, because New York needs to be destroyed, because that's where the financial strength of the United States lies up, with Wall Street and all of that. So that's going to be gone soon, believe me. Okay. Anyway, if I ever remember that chapter, that verse that I was going to read to you, I will read it to you. But hey, it tells you again, the two verses that I read to you are what? It tells you not to look at the signs of the heavens. Okay, that's one. And it tells you that the devil knows that his days are numbered upon this earth, and he's going to come down with a big wrath. Okay, because he hates humanity. He tells you, he shows you there how much he hates humanity. Okay, and the world leaders they worship this thing, believe it or not. They go to the Freemason lodge and they worship this thing. And witchcrafting is all over the place. You understand? This is all I have for you, ladies and gentlemen. May God bless you. And once again, let us let's keep ourselves strong spiritually. We need to learn to discern and learn to see through things, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? And now, those people that are thinking to go out there to make a mockery of themselves and start robbing and breaking into store, you are breaking these 10 commandments. So do you think that God is going to be with you? No. Pray to God, and he will provide all your needs. This is all I have for you, ladies and gentlemen. And by the way, when you steal, the system will celebrate and say, yeah, we did it. You understand? So are you about to wake yourself up from the slumber, or are you going to keep on sleeping? Do you now see that your political leaders don't care about you? Do you now see that it was always a lie? That they play you? Because once they got you believing that your vote counts, once they got you believing in them and counting on them, now they got you. That was your greatest mistake. All right? And it is time to wake up. For your sake and your kiddos, your loved ones' sake. May God bless you. And once again, I do this out of love for you, y'all. Take care, brothers and sisters.